You? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm heading up to you in about 2 hours. I'm gonna leave here.
okay.
So I'll see
And
you
then you're going to
tomorrow.
be recording tomorrow?
What's that?
You're going to be recording at Nick's Taco tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got a little shoot there with the California milk board or cheese board. So
Fantastic.
we're gonna
Yeah,
see how.
I'll stop on by and say hello tomorrow.
Yeah, come around noon. We should be wrapping up and just downloading footage at that point, and I'll buy you a taco or
Fantastic, Trent.
two if you want to.
Or
I
two.
mean, I'll get you two.
Yeah.
If you need 3, just say so.
All right, everyone.
All right.
You're in good hands with Trent. Thanks, Trent. You guys have a great day.
And hey, Wiley, just so you know, Wiley's got a son, Gavin, who is working with him. So hopefully he'll be on the call with you guys. He's 12 years old. So hopefully we can
Fantastic.
get
Yeah, they booked some time with me, I think, tomorrow. So we'll
cool.
go through that.
No.
And I'm actually underwriting it now.
We'll get some 12-year-olds battling. See who can be the better 12-year-old.
That sounds like
Alrighty, bro.
Battle. You guys have a great day.
Have a good one. Hey, everybody that wants to come up on stage, let's do this. Let's get as many people up on stage as possible. I'll just bring you guys up, and then when you come up stage, please turn on your camera. People with camera turned on will get priority over other people. Also, if you come up on stage, just turn off your mic so we don't have to listen to any weird sounds that come from you when you're not totally on stage. And as always, there is no cussing in my live. We treat everybody with respect. Well, I don't all the time, but we definitely don't cuss. All right. Let's see what's going on. I think, AK, you're first. What's going on, AK? Oh, you're muted. You're doing good on the mute part.
Hey, how's it going, Trent?
Hey, how was it?
Good.
What's up?
I DM'd you house that I want to check out.
All right.
Have it under the contract. I'm kind of not sure right now if it is a great deal, to be honest, but we'll see.
Okay.
So
I can tell you already it's not, because if you don't have confidence in it, then it's not a good deal.
Well, it is seller financing at 0%. The only issue for me is the down payment, and the price. So I got it at $230, and down payment 10%, and the monthly payments are $750 over a 6-year balloon.
Okay, and what is the rent for?
Rent. So Zillow says it can rent up to $2,000, but after speaking to some real estate agents, said around $1,400.
Yeah, I mean you're in the ballpark. Just so you guys know, I mean the whole point of all this, and I say it probably a million times a day, is we got to sell this to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And when we sell this to somebody else, you want your piece of it too. So, like, slowly we're just like whittling away at any kind of profit that's there to make it a deal. So, again, just an example of what I feel like is a good deal is if you get it and you're paying $1,100 a month, and you're bringing in $4,000 a month. Okay,
fair.
So your margins are a little bit thin, meaning, if it's renting for maybe $1,400 and you've got it, $750 in expenses, that's just what you're paying to the seller. And then there's taxes and there's, all the other expenses that are probably going to bring you up to breaking even. Have you done all your numbers on that?
Yeah, have cash on cash is 17%. I am going to get some comps just to see what they rent out for. Because there are some that are renting out for like $1,800, some $1,400, but I just want to compare it
No, always keep it low. Do all your figures on the lowest possible rent.
And he is asking me to come up with the down payment, and I'm like, I'm not budging at all, because I'm just like, look, compared to if we go to the regular route, the down payment would be more, but it doesn't make sense for us to go the regular route, and it's been in the market for.
Well, you can tell him you can bring up your down payment if he brings down, and then just you come down to $300 a month. So adjust your numbers. Put your numbers in the calculator and switch those around. So do a bigger down payment, but then come way down on your monthly. And
Leave the
sometimes
price the
that's a little
same,
bit more.
come up with the down payment, but bring down the monthly payments to like $200-300.
Exactly. So
Okay.
so we can move all these numbers. That's what's kind of cool. And play with the calculator, you guys, so you can understand that this is all the exact same numbers, and we're just showing it to them in a different fashion. Like you can give them a 7% interest rate, but it's going to change the payments for the monthly, and the down payment's going to come way down. So you can change these things. It's all the same numbers. So once you get that and have that understanding, especially when you're with when you're super comfortable with that calculator, you can manipulate it however you want to have the exact same terms basically, but you're just switching them around, and you're paying the exact same amount. You're in the end, it's all the same. But if you put your down payment up higher, and I base it all on what they want. So I always try to get out of them, hey, are you looking for a big down payment, or are you guys looking for, monthly payments that are a little higher? And they'll tell you. And then you can just adjust it however you want to, and they'll, you'll be all good.
Or the term in years, the length term, since we can adjust it, right? Like for instance, right now I have it 23 years, but does it really matter to us whether it's 30 years or 40 years? Because we only care about the balloon, right?
So what happens with your amortization schedule? And do this, everybody, when you have a chance, go into Google and type in amortization calculator. And all it is it's saying here's $100,000, $200,000, whatever the purchase price is, and here is what it costs monthly over 10 years. Okay, here's what it costs monthly over 20 years. It's the exact same number. It's just split up differently. And so why that matters is banks want it to be 30 years because they're putting an interest rate. And so they want as much interest as possible. We try to do 0% interest rates on all these seller finance things. So it doesn't matter. We're not spending any more money. It's just the way it's breaking down. You know what I mean? So if you were taking, let's keep it simple. Let's say you have $70 and you're going to amortize it over 7 days, right? So $70 over 7 days is $10 a day. So now if we say, oh, well, I want to do that over 14 days, right? Now that $70 is $35 a day. Do you see what I'm saying? Same money. It's just how we're splitting it up and how we're paying for it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, play with those amortization calculators. It will totally let you know how much you don't want to pay interest on anything ever. Because the interest is usually front loaded, meaning all your interest is paid at the beginning of the loan. Usually the first 5 years of a loan is all just interest. And then your principal doesn't get knocked down. That's why when we're looking at houses and we see, oh, they've owned this house for 3 years, but they still, they've maybe paid $3,000 or $4,000 into the principal. It's because it's all being eaten up by interest.
Right.
Okay. But I think you've got, I would move forward with your deal. I think talk to them, see if you can, raise it a little bit. Don't go bananas on any kind of movement, but say, hey, how much are you guys looking for a down payment? And then they'll tell you, and then you say, hey, I'm going to go run my numbers. Let me get back to you, and let me see what we can do. So
that's what I did yesterday, and I was just like, I wasn't sure because I thought I bid more than I could chew at that point, and I was just like playing with the numbers, and I'm like, damn, man, like, and he's like, if you go up to 12%, you have a deal, and I'm like, I don't think so, man, like and then he asked me a question. He's like, do I get paid my commission? Is that included in the down payment, or it's on top of that? And I'm like, only just the seller's part, and it's separately. Like, that's why I can't go any higher. Like, we're already giving you a better offer than anybody else. Like, and he's like, if you just go a little bit higher, like, we have a deal. So I think, I'll definitely present.
You might be there. Yeah, you totally might be there. Do you understand the calculator well enough to?
Yeah, I definitely understand the calculator. The only issue is when I'm playing with the calculator. So the monthly payment just shows me like the equation for it.
Right, but it's going to change with the amortization. So just say you can change the years, and that's going to change the down payment. So that's a simple way of doing it.
Yeah. So you think if I do like 30 years, or sorry, 30,000 down. Well, no, let's do 20,
Where are you at right now? How much down?
23, so 10%.
Okay, and what would 12% be? 20, 26?
25 probably.
Cool.
No, probably like 30. Let's see, 30. Yeah, 27, 28 maybe. So let's say if we do 28, 12.2%, and we put the years to 30, now it gives me the monthly payments at 561.
Okay. So
do we put the term and length, like the amortization period, in the agreement?
it sometimes is. I don't. Again, the amortization.
So that's just only like for us. Like
Yeah,
if
I totally.
he said he'll send me the contract, so I'll just tell him the payments. Like I'll go up to 30, but make the payments like 350, and then
Exactly. That's So that's exactly where you want to be. It doesn't really matter that it's going to be 42 years amortized or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially with seller finance, because we're just talking numbers. It's like, hey, here's what I'll give you, and here's what you get. And so, what did you have it before? What was the monthly payment before?
750.
Okay, good. I would put it right. I would put it right to like 66. So it's right
366.
half of what. Like, hey, I'm more than happy to go up to your 12%, but now the monthly payment, and the realtor's not going to care because the realtor wants his money out of the down payment.
It just seems like he just wants to like negotiate. Like he's like, oh, I'll get you the better price, and I messed up by like just giving him like almost my best offer without really like thinking, oh, there's going to be the negotiation part of it. So now I'm like not budging, but I'm like, all right, like you want to negotiate now? I think I got you. So like,
well, and that's why this is such an important learning process. I mean, that's why we want to go so low to start off with, is because you don't know what's around the corner. It's like you want to be able to come up. And I feel like Buy Box gives you the very top that you want to go with things, and everybody's taking it as, oh, that's a good deal. And it's like, well, no, that's the worst of the good deals. You know what I mean? It's like, so you're good
with the Trojan horse pitch, and I said, because he wanted 180 for his house, and I said, I'll give you 130, and he's like, no, he's definitely not going to accept that. And I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I just, and then brought this one up, and he's like, I don't think, like, everybody pitched me, like, seller financing before. Like, I was just like, but did they pitch you, like, this much over plus your commission on top? Like, he's like, no, I'll bring it up. He calls me, like, an hour later. He's like, I think we got a deal. We just need you to, like, come up to 1,000 down payment or 1,000 monthly payments with the same down payment. I'm like, I can't budge with the monthly payment at all. Like,
and now blame this all on a calculator. Like, hey, I put this all through the calculator. To get your 12%, this is what it's going to be. That's not true because we're going lower on the down, like way lower.
Yeah.
But tell him he's not going to do the numbers. I guarantee he's not calculating anything. And so if you get that, it makes it a better deal at 12%. So he gets what he wants, but quietly you're getting a way better deal.
That's true. That is way better.
You know what I mean?
Last quick question too. So yesterday I was calling some realtors on scavenger hunt. And I think I got like one of those like hard ones who's just like played hard to play, but in the sense he's like, yeah, send me a contract. And then I was like, okay, like I'll write something up. And then he's like, just so you know, it has to be like a DC contract. And I'm just like, okay, like we'll find one. He's like, where are you gonna find one, right? And he's just like trying to press me on it. And I was just like,
the reason he's doing that is he's trying to get another 3% out of you. So he's saying, oh, you're trying to represent yourself. It's like going to court and representing yourself in court.
Yeah.
The judge is not going to like you because the judge was a lawyer. And so now you're coming in and you're like, no, I can represent myself. And he's like, no, you can't. And I'll make sure of it. So that's where the realtor is like, hey, I'll represent you for another 3%. And since you're saying that you've got it. So your best bet is try to never, ever, ever argue with a realtor ever about anything. Yeah. Let them be right about everything. And so when they say, hey, you need to send me over a contract, say, okay, well, we'll get you one over there and just leave it. And
that's what I said. I was like,
a pissing match.
Yeah, because I was like, if you want to write on it, like, and you want to be the seller's, like, he'll probably be the seller's agent no matter what because he listed it, right?
He's definitely the seller's agent.
Well, if you want, you can send it to me. I'll send it to you like right off the bat, like. But if not, like, we'll definitely find it. Like, we'll get it over to you. He's like, okay. And then
right,
like,
and you can tell him, say, hey, I'm more than happy for you to represent me as long as the seller understands he's paying for it. Okay. You
Okay.
see,
So how would that work? Like, oh, the seller would pay both, like the 6% now, 3% on
yeah,
his side, 3% on my side.
because we don't care about that money because that's
Yeah.
not our money. That's his money. That's part of the down
Yeah.
payment.
Where do we get the agreement for Washington D.C.? Like, can I just go through buy box and it'll
You probably Google it and it'll probably pop
Okay.
up.
I'll just write it up.
But definitely, yeah, send it through buy box, and because this is that's what they do. That's the hard part, and so
Okay.
that's why you're giving them, that's why they're getting 40% of the deal. It's
Yeah,
'cause,
he almost didn't care about the deal. Like he was just like, just write up the contract. That's all I care about.
Perfect.
And I was like, all right.
And finding out what people care about is everything, because you can negotiate. And it's a situation where you never really know what people care about. This guy cares about 12%, the other guy, and you're like, great, we'll give you 12%. And if you're giving him what he wants, he feels like he won. He's not thinking about the fact that the down payment's coming down.
Yeah, I see.
Good, you're doing great. You're doing really good.
Awesome.
So put that one through for sure. And if you
I'll
want
write it up.
if you want to, we can help put it through. Is this your first deal?
Yeah.
Do you want us to help you put it through buy box? Because you got it?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll JV, and then that way we can keep an eye on it the whole time, because it is one of those, it's a pain in the butt, the second part of this whole process. So Marilyn's gonna put it in to there it is. So just fill that out, and that'll go to my team, and we'll help you through the process. But I think you're doing great.
Yeah, my goal is just to call like at least 30. I think I got the negotiation down just because I've been in sales part and like just building relationships and all that stuff for a little while. So I think I'll pick it up quickly. This is just consistency, like just
absolutely. And believe me, the motive, I mean, the rapport with the realtors is the most important part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you're calling on one property, but they've got 10 others that they can fit you into. So
that's exactly it. Like I had another one, the lady wants cash deal, and she listed her house for 69,000, and I offered 40, and she's like, absolutely not, I'll go down to 60. But then I pitched again the seller finance, and she said, you know what? I have another 2 deals that are off market. I will send them to you. So we'll see what happens down. I'll still write a deal on this one at 69K. That I'll still do the Trojan horse pitch, and I'll just say, hey, here's the 40K, or we can do the seller finance. But she said that that house can rent out also for like $1,400, and I'm just like, how can this house, because it was listed for like 200 days or something like that. But recently he changed the floors, he painted the walls, like he did a lot of stuff in there. And the only thing that needs to be done is the roof, which is about $4,000. But then at $1,400 a month, I'm just like, even if somebody gets it at $70,000, isn't it a steal technically? Yeah. So like,
that's good. Yeah.
Should I even, like, I still should negotiate just because it's fun.
Absolutely. Always. Yeah. I mean, even if you get an amazing deal, still come down further. Yeah. Because, and Ashley can tell you, we've got 2 of her deals in Dispo, and we just got we got an offer, and she's not loving it. it's it's not the greatest. And so, but we're getting an offer. And so it's tough to do. Here, Ashley, you want to come up?
Something. Yeah, so I don't know if we have a deal. So I'm learning, obviously. This is a great day for minimal emotional wavelength. The guy signed up a contract, we did all this, and then he just said the sellers have denied your offer.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that we're talking about right now, that we have someone interested in. So they were asking if there's any pending taxes or liens. So I texted him, hi, is there any taxes or liens on this property? Because I already signed the contract. And he said, hi.
Contract, so they can't really do much about it. Did they sign it as well?
I think I signed it first. So he said, hi, no pending taxes or liens. The sellers have denied your offer. Like, when were you going to tell me this? Because when it first started, he said,
no, this is good. It's a learning process. So yeah. Just write back and say, oh, I apologize. I thought we had a signed contract. Can you explain? That's it. And politely, and don't be upset, and don't be
Yeah.
none of it. Just it's all business. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like tell me what happened. What's going on? You
Okay.
can still save it. It's not no question that it's savable
Yeah.
because
You think I should text first?
remind me, did we draw up the contract or did they?
They did. And
Okay.
he
And just remind them, just say, hey, I signed the contract you drew up. What changed?
okay.
Okay. But everything, like, try to keep emotion out of it. I know it's gonna be
Yes.
rough.
Yes. No, it's okay. Today's a good
And
day
don't
for
say
that.
anything about we have a seller for it, none of that
No.
part.
Yes. Correct.
Just, yeah,
I was thinking, I was on the phone, I was just gonna be like, well, I was like preparing to rent it out. Like mentally, I'm making plans because I signed a
don't
contract.
worry about
so
any of that. We're not looking for any emotion in this at all.
Right.
This is all facts. All
Okay.
facts. Okay. And so
So-
it's just and the facts are, oh, I'm sorry, I signed the contract you sent over that you drew up. What changed? That's it. Not, oh, I was really looking forward to this. I really want to do
Okay.
this. Okay.
Okay.
So be
Got it.
careful. I mean, it's tough because you did make plans and you were like, oh, sweet, and you spent all that money and you know it's all
Yeah.
in your head. But
Yeah.
this is big part of the process because I
Sure.
mean, to everybody in the chat, she got it for $85,000 below like what they were
Mhm.
asking, which is ridiculous. So she, you know, it's going to happen. We're doing the same thing. Keep in mind, we do the same thing. If we don't sell it, we're going
Right.
to come back to them and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to step out of the contract."
So is this just another way that realtors work, and is this common that they will have you sign the contract and write it all up before they get approved?
Nope, not common at
Okay,
all.
good, because this sucks. It's not the end of the world, but it's not my favorite.
You know, but keep in mind, we're going to do the exact same thing back to them
Sure.
if we can't sell it.
Sure.
So if that makes you feel a little bit better,
No.
like,
Oh yeah.
no, but I mean, it's a way to justify, like, oh, I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander, kind of a thing. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yes. What is
And
it?
I don't mean
70% of the
goose, I
contracts that
don't
you
mean your
sign don't
goose.
go through. So
What's that?
70% of the contracts you sign don't go through. So that's just part of it.
70%? Yeah, make it more like 90.
90. Okay.
It's
90%.
tough.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to tell everybody, and you're living it.
Yep.
We still
That's
have
fine.
another one in there, and it's
Yep.
for some reason it's an insane deal. When we're not getting traction on it, we've dropped the price 3 times,
Okay.
doing a ton of marketing. But keep in mind that side of it is tougher because these guys are inundated. All these buyers are inundated with many deals, and so
Okay.
we'll just have to see. So you
oh, I'm sorry. I signed the
Let's
contract.
call him right now.
You want me to call him?
Yeah, because I want you to stay in check. Okay, I don't want you to get emotional or you know everything's happy and just be your same self. Like, hey,
Okay.
and this is just ordinary. Like, just be like, oh, well, this happens, no big deal. Yo, tell me what happened. Like, and just keep it very, very, because it might be a whole different story that you don't know. Oh, they turned it down because the guy had a heart attack yesterday. You don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to call him. I'm going to say, hi, I thought we signed a contract. What's going on?
Say, yeah, was there a problem with the contract that you drew up? Because you drew up the contract and I signed it. Where was the miss? You know, I'm curious where the disconnect was. I thought we were good to go.
Okay.
And very matter of fact, this is like just like this happens all day long. This is not a big deal.
Okay. All right. I'm calling him. Okay.
All right.
This is Garrett Bishop with Florida Realty Investments.
What do I do?
Call right back. Same process. Is it ringing? We can't hear it if it is.
Ringing.
This is Garrett Bishop.
Okay, one more time. And you're super brave to do this, especially wearing a mushroom top. So I'm just saying.
It's a whole dress.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole mushroom dress.
I
Could
have
any
multiple.
guy get away with wearing that ever? Never, ever, ever?
It's funny that as a teacher, they actually love it. So, here
I
we
can
go.
see
Quick
it.
times charm.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I think he's gonna ghost me.
Might, but again, keep your emotions in check. This is business.
This is business. And it's part of it. And that's okay.
It's a big part of it. But it's an education too for everybody.
This
So,
is Garrett Bishop.
Okay.
all right. Send them a text, say, something to the effect of, hey, I thought we had a signed contract. I thought, say, because the whole point is you want to say, well, I signed the contract you sent over. What changed? That's it. Please give me a call. I'm wearing a mushroom dress. And this is par for the course. So just, keep your emotions in check the best you can.
Hey, I signed the contract you sent over. What changed? Please give me a call back. Smiley face.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
Okay. Hey, AK, did we solve everything for you? You're good to go? Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I tried to give him a call already, but he didn't pick up, so I'll try again in like half hour or so.
Okay. Well, let's move on to Jay Castro and see if he's as happy as he always is. Next level energy. Okay, what's up?
Trent, what's up, buddy? Hey, listen,
you?
so I got a couple good examples because, again, I'm a rookie here, bro. So I've been doing this a couple weeks.
I know.
Look at that. I just sent you the Zillow listing.
Okay. Well,
So
now have you talked to the realtor on this?
No.
Then don't tell. I don't want to see anything until you talk to a realtor. I don't even care. You call the realtor. Let's do it right now.
Okay, but here's the thing, though.
Nope.
How do I my negotiation skills are terrible, man. So
We're not doing a negotiation. You've
She
been
wants
here.
20 grand.
What are you going to do? Tell me what you're going to do. What's the main reason we're calling a realtor on the first call?
I want this terrible house that is a complete disaster and needs to be rebuilt. I want it for like $6,000, not $20,000.
Okay, but we're not going to go negotiate it on the first call, right? What are you going to do on the first call? So everybody in the chat understands. Everybody in the audience understands. What are you going to do? What are you talking? How much do you want it for?
She has it on Zillow for $20,000.
I know that. What do you want it for?
I don't know. $6,000?
Why are you going to overpay?
What do you mean underpay?
Underpay? That thing's worth maybe $1,000, if that.
Oh,
There's so much that needs to be done on that thing. Why are you going after these crappy houses that don't have an assignment fee? Think about it. Where's your money in this?
yeah. No, I get it. I wanted to show you to see if it's like even could be a deal or not.
No. Move on.
All right, got another one. Hold on.
That one's terrible. But no, I still want you to call the realtor. I want you to call the realtor and try to get this for $500. Okay?
Okay, I will. I promise.
Do it right now. Do it right now. Call them.
Okay.
That's your
Hold on.
No, that's your punishment for having such a bad deal. Okay, so do it. Okay?
Hold on. You're gonna be mad at me. I already shot an email to her for $6,000.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Yeah, that won't work.
Okay. What's your other one? We'll do it real quick. I usually only do one per person because we got other people waiting. And yours are nonsense. Complete nonsense.
Send. Because I'm also just trying to understand the calculator as well.
I don't want you to do that yet. I want you to get a rapport with the realtor. That's the most important first thing.
Okay.
How many realtors did you call yesterday?
I talked to one.
Okay.
Two,
That's not.
two.
Hold on, just 1 second. Ashley's coming back up. You hang tight.
He's calling. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Ashley, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling me back.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I missed your call to begin with. Nothing really changed. I got your offer in writing, and I presented it to the sellers, and it's just not the price point they're looking at.
Okay. What are they looking for?
I'm pretty close to where we're at on list price.
Okay.
You know, we just dropped the price to the 220, so we're getting interest at that price point. So, you know, that's kind of where we have to be at if we're going to put a deal together.
Okay, well, I'm not an expert at this, you are, but I guess, do you usually sign up a contract before having a price like that?
It was an offer. It wasn't necessarily a contract. I mean, yes, if the sellers would have signed it, it'd been a contract. But yes, we want all offers in writing.
Okay. All right. Let me check my things right here. Oh, sorry. Can you hold on 1 second? My mother's calling me. I'm gonna tell her to call me back.
Not a problem.
What do I do?
So he's full of it. So it's a situation where you say, well, it's pretty confusing why you would have me sign something that you wrote up without checking with the your side first. So it's pretty unusual, and you're just confused by it. So, I mean, you're probably just going to move on. But if you want to get your licks in now, and be like, you gotta explain this to me. Why did we go through all the trouble? You could have verbally told me no. I didn't need to go through all this hassle.
Okay.
So it's time to be a little bit mean.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience.
No, not a problem.
Okay, so I'm just a little bit confused here because this was this was work. I mean, I'm thinking about this. I'm already kind of planning this out, and I signed a contract. So can you just explain to me what's going on with this?
Yeah. So you didn't sign a contract. You as a buyer, you submit your offer as a contract, but it's not officially a contract unless the seller agrees, and then they did not agree to your terms.
Why didn't we do it verbally?
I mean, you texted me and you said,
right,
132 or whatever the price was, but that's
right.
It's nothing. It's not on paper. I mean, maybe you did a typo and it was supposed to be 232. Obviously, that's not the case, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's not what it is until
Sure.
it's in writing. So.
Sure. Okay. I guess. I mean, it wasn't easy for you to write up the contract. I have it, so getting that verbal agreement with the seller would probably save us both a lot of time. So, okay. So that's just how. So you do written contracts first, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Written offers. We want to offer in writing before we come to any terms. That it shows that the buyer is serious. It shows clearly out what their terms are to the full extent, and then I have something that I can present to the seller.
Sure. Okay. Come on.
So I'm sorry for the confusion. I wasn't trying to drag you on or anything. As you mentioned, it worked for me too, but.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. So I didn't want extra work for you or for me for something that wasn't even seems like it's not even close the way you were saying.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. So if I look at any of your other properties, this would continue to be the same kind of format with you?
Yes. We want offers in writing.
Okay. I mean, a text is writing and we can verbally before we sign up all that stuff. But that's okay. All right. Well, now I know. So thank you so much, Jarrett. And if they are still interested in that number at a certain point, let me know.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. Best of luck.
What the That's a waste of time. That's a waste of his time.
I know that's just a bad realtor. Okay, now let's go to what's positive.
Yeah.
You got an education.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is not true. If you sign a contract, if you put together a contract, it's a contract when you're putting it together. And so just let Yvonne know that one's dead. And it was a little bit of a waste of money on our side, but that's part of the risk. Sorry.
Right.
But
No,
you handled it well. You didn't call him any names. You still have a friend there. He knows what he did was wrong. So you could hear it in his voice. So
yeah, it was nice that he apologized too. He definitely did not have to do that.
yeah, and he was a little bit snide about the whole thing. A contract's not a contract until it's signed. Not true.
I signed it.
When it's blank, it's a contract. So the other is a letter of intent, and that can be in writing as well, and that's simpler. So
yeah. Okay.
Okay. You did great. I'm sorry, and we still have one in the pipeline. So let's see what happens.
That's okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, take it easy. Okay, Castro, back to you real quick. So
Yeah,
I want you to start making phone calls to realtors.
I will.
Okay, so I want 20 today, and the only reason you're calling them is to find out why they're selling. That's it. Okay?
Perfect.
Those are your marching orders. Go for it.
Okay, look at this example. Last one, real quick.
Nope, that's it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, bro. Later.
Thanks, boss.
Okay, Funky Bunches. Mr. Oates.
Hey, how's it going, Trent?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, so I quit on the cash deals. I'm still looking for them. I'm gonna start looking for them again, but I started working creative finance.
Okay, cool.
And
the cash deals will happen within creative finance too. So
and that's exactly it's funny to say that. That's exactly what I was told yesterday by one of the leaders.
Cool.
But I just really had a simple question. So I submitted to Buy Box, and I just wanted to know the layout of how that's gonna work out and what I should be looking for. I got a deal or a contract. I have to get a contract to them. So
okay, so the deal with Buy Box is you need to, if you look over on the left-hand side, there's a all the way down, it says get help and support. That is your best way to communicate with the Buy Box people.
okay.
So so make sure when you put it through that you send them a message saying, hey, I just sent this through. Just want to make sure you got it, and they'll respond to you. And with everybody in here, it's super important that you guys are diligent on your side to make sure things are getting done on their side. Because they are right now very understaffed. They've got a couple, I think 2 or 3 people out on pregnancy leave. So they need help too. And so the more you can keep them up to date on what's happening on your side, the more you communicate with them, the better it is for them and the better it is for your deal.
How do I translate that over to the realtor? I mean, I'll tell you this. I've been working, you'd actually be proud of this. I've been working on this deal for over 2 months. They said no to our initial offer. And then actually, you were the one who said to we have 3 guys in the house doing all this. You said to one of our guys, come back to them in months and see what they say. And that's exactly what we did. I got on the phone instead of him. So it seemed like it was a whole nother offer. And we offered something a little bit higher. And so
I love that idea.
And it's they've had such a slow response. And finally, I texted him yesterday. I was like, hey, where are we at? He was like, write up a contract. Let's get it out. So like, all right, sounds good.
Love it.
But anyway, I put it into Buy Box, so I'll talk to them. I just wanted to see if I can get a contract over to them myself, if I can sign it or what's going on. Like if I could write it up.
If you want our help through the process, we're totally happy to JV with anybody to help you through the process. We've got contracts, we can get those sent over. We can be a whole part of the process. I'd prefer you do through a Buy Box to start off with, just so you understand their process.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do more of them, but it's totally up to you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I think.
And if you run into any binds, just come in here and we'll make sure that they're doing everything. So they'll get you the contract. It's a seller finance deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they'll put together a contract for you and then get it over to, because with cash, as you know, the realtors usually have their own contracts, and so it just happens really fast. With seller finance, it's got a little bit more nuances to it that you definitely want. You definitely want Buy Box to put that together for you.
So I guess in speaking to the realtor, just be like, hey, my legal team's like super, super behind. We just bought a crazy number of properties.
Exactly. Yeah, just warn them that it's going to be a little bit slower, but you're going to get it done. And that's a perfect way to do it.
And then they're going to send it directly to them, correct?
They will communicate with them. Yeah.
And then I'll just get like an email or a call or something.
You should be on, and you can request it from them. Say, make sure I'm copied on every email.
Okay, cool.
And so you're part of the process.
Awesome.
Good
job. Then after that, they just take care of everything? Sit back. This is where I just sit back and find more properties.
This is the hard part. Yeah, this is the hard part. They take care of everything.
Awesome. I guess just like a timeline. Do you think like 2 days will be enough?
In real estate, everybody lies about timelines in real estate. I'm going to tell you now that they'll say, "Hey, we'll have it done by Thursday," and that you don't know what Thursday they're talking about. They could be a Thursday that's 3 months away. They're always behind. They never hit any deadlines that they say they're going to hit. So just be prepared for that.
How long do you think it might take just to get the contract?
It should be 30 days, right? It should be. I mean, but keep in contact with them daily to make sure everything's going through, because that's the only way.
With Buy Box?
Yep.
Okay, so they'll get it to me within 30 days.
No, they should be closing within 30 days.
Oh, no. I'm talking about just getting the contract over to the seller.
Hopefully they do it quickly. That's why you got to kind of press them up. Just say, "Hey, my seller's looking for this contract." You've got to be diligent about pressing them up, because they've got a million things going on, and so get yours put to the top when they know that you're serious and everything's good.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Right.
You answered all the questions I needed. I feel better.
All right, perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, Trent.
Who else is in your house? What are the other?
Let's see. It was I don't even know their usernames, but it's my brother and my roommate. We all yeah. So I have them find houses, and then I'm the call guy. So I get on the phone and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" I have them doing the calculators and all the stuff, so I can have numbers like real time if I need it. It's actually a really good workflow we got going on.
That's awesome. You guys are a little sweatshop. Where are you guys out of?
Dallas.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Dallas,
good
Texas.
market.
Yeah, I know. Expensive market though.
Yeah, check Mesquite in that area too. There's a lot of new houses that went in like 2000 out in Mesquite, so that's a good one too. I had a pizza place that I owned out there, but I did it in 2008. They canceled all those houses that finally did come in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and Fort Worth, those are the two places I look when I try to stay away from Dallas. It's like $900 a month for insurance and taxes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
And rent isn't high enough, so.
Well, and that's the problem with most of the bigger places. It's weird. The rents don't match up to things that are happening in the rural areas in the
good for us though. When you're renting something out, it's nice to have a lower rent, but
oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're getting more bang for your buck.
But yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Okay, later. All right,
Later.
Federico. What's going on? What are you doing? You're pacing around. You're like a lion in his cage, and you're on mute. So you sound great, but you're on mute. We can't hear you. Not in. Do you know how to do it? Down by your name, there's a little microphone. It's got a line through it. Just click that. Oh. So did you click it or no? So part of not hearing you is not being able to hear you. So I see your lips moving. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. It might be a situation where you have to just close out Discord and restart it and come back in, and I'll bring you up. Okay, while he's restarting, let's do who's next. Okay, Cade, come on up.
Hey Trent, how are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I am at work actually, so I wanted to hurry up and hop on here because my boss is looking
Yeah.
at me a little funny. So, I sent you 3 addresses.
Okay.
I'm going to be following up on all 3 of these today with the agents, and I
Cool.
wanted to
Tell
get
me
your
your favorite one, kid.
thoughts. Probably favorite one right now is I think it's the first one I sent you, street number 1805.
Okay, let me find it here. And did you
My
just
concern
send it?
though, yeah, I sent it whenever I got on stage.
Let's see.
Let me
I'm
see.
not seeing it for some reason.
1049. Let me add you. I sent you a friend request. That might help.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. What's your
Obnoxious chimp.
oh, that's why. Okay, I was looking for your name.
Yeah, I changed it in the server, but
Got it. All right. So Kings?
yeah. So this one is in a city called Perry in Georgia. It's a small city.
Good.
So that's kind of my concern because the population there is only like 25,000.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much a turnkey property, and it looks like it can bring $1,700 a month in rent long term. My only concern really with this one is the location and how that might affect trying to sell it. Yeah, and she's cool. She's going back out to the property today, and I'm going to be following up with her here in a little while. My original plan was this, because this is free and clear property. I was going to try to go seller finance, but the owners of the house are elderly and in assisted living, and she said that they're not going to do creative, likely because of their age. They don't want 6 years to pay on it. I might still pitch it anyways, just to say, hey, if I go cash, it's going to be kind of low. However, I could give them what they want if I went this route. But like I said, I don't know that that's going to work. So we'll see.
Okay, my argument for that to people that people are in assisted living is, how much is their monthly cost for the assisted living, and try to work towards that being the number you come up with. So if it's, $3,000 a month or whatever, see how close you can get to their assisted living cost and say, hey, we can for the next 7 years, that's all taken care of. So they don't even have to think about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's an angle that I could play with.
Because again, what we're trying to do more than anything else is we're trying to solve problems for people.
Right.
And so that's their problem. That's their monthly problem. And if they can sit in there for the next 8 years, I'd do a longer balloon as you can, and say, hey, we'll take care of that monthly payment. We'll make sure it's all taken care of, and we'll even pay right to the assisted living, so you guys don't even have to deal with it.
Okay. Yeah, that's if she pushes back on the seller finance, whenever I pitch it again, then I can look towards going that angle. I did want to see regarding this property. I can share my screen and show you.
Yeah, what was the cash price?
So, yeah, let me share this so you can just see. Give me one sec. Let me know if you can see that.
No, there it is. Okay.
Okay, so the other problem with this area is there's no renovations really going on. So I comped it at nicer properties like this one is without being renovated. So that's the best comps that I could get.
Okay.
So ARV, even though it's not really repair, I'm calling it 140 a square foot, so it puts the price at 231. I gave 10,000 for repairs. They do say that there's a soft spot near the back door Other than that, it'd just be paint and stuff that you would want to update. So just playing with numbers here, and I'm probably around the 140 range is what I was thinking about offering cash.
Good.
And then pitching seller finance, and I kind of ran through that here just as an example. The way that I have it currently written was a 220 offer price, which was what their price was before the 10K cut they just did.
Okay, perfect.
20 down, $600 a month. Plugging in the numbers for rent, $1,700, taxes and insurance and everything, it still comes out to 17, almost 18% cash on cash, and about 16% down payment with a $5,000 assignment fee. So, but like I said, I don't know that they're going to go creative, so it might just be a cash offer. And
if you can get that number out of them, what they're paying for the assisted living, I think that's going to be what motivates them 100%. Because again, they're saying, "Oh, we don't want to take, we don't want to take the money over time because we're old and we're going to die." They always think they're going to die. But if you're saying, "Well, hey, I'm going to solve your problem, and you won't have to deal with that." How old are they? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Okay.
She mentioned that they were in assisted living.
Because this is a turnkey property. There's nothing. I don't know what a soft spot in the back means, but this is, you could immediately rent this. Not even a question with the pictures that they're showing. So, I am not sure how much they need at their assisted living because it can be expensive. So I don't know if you could even, if they, that this would even support that. But yeah, I mean, your numbers make sense. Everything works. I know, as far as getting somebody in there to rent it, it's going to be tough. It's more of a retail kind of a sell. So, so that cash offer's got to be super low for you to have any kind of an assignment fee.
Okay. Yeah. So, and the other thing about this property is right across the street, there's their apartments. They look like this house, but like, a really long version of the house with single story apartments. So, there's people renting in that specific area of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then across the street. I didn't comp the apartments, but I did comp this property and rents around the area, and it should be about $1,700 that it could rent out for.
So here's a suggestion, and I would call that complex, the apartment complex across the street, and say, "Hey, just want to see if you guys have anybody on a waiting list that is waiting to rent with you guys, and see if you could work out something clever there by talking to people on the waiting list and saying, hey, right across the street, same area, I can get you in for this much. And if you have a roommate, it's half the price and blah, blah, blah."
Right. Okay.
So it's a great place to go for it because it solves their problem. They've just got a waiting list. They don't care about those people because they're just on a waiting list.
All right.
But it's a good, you've got to, then you can rent it. That's an easier way to rent it. And then you get to know the people at that place. And, when you're empty or they're empty, you guys help each other out.
Okay. So, and then the other two, which I know you usually don't want to go over one, but I just want to touch on these. So these two are in Warner Robins, which is a little bit north, and the population's like 85,000, and there's a lot of rentals out there. Okay. Both of these properties are basically Section 8 rental ready as is. If I wanted to fully renovate, there are comps for that. And I ran those numbers. So I got both. It's the same. I got it set up just like I did that one. Obviously, my cash price would be quite a bit lower because I'm estimating to do it a full renovation and get them up to that tier. It's obviously not going to be $5 or $10,000. I'm talking putting 30K into it or so. So,
yeah, and that number is for your negotiation more than anything. When you're selling it to a buyer, you're gonna poo-poo that number back to them and say, hey, these are rental ready. They're ready to go. Okay, so that's purely a negotiation tactic.
And these two, I might be able to get seller finance. I know one of them is potentially interested in creative. I comped it with long-term rent which is only 1,100. But when you look up Section 8 for this zip code, it is 1,830 a month for Section 8,
Okay.
and they're already Section 8 quality, right? So, but even competent with the 1,100, the way that I did, like this one in particular, I got it at 17% cash on cash and 16%
Awesome. Totally
seller.
sellable.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You're trading way low, which is great.
Right. Okay. So my main concern, I guess, last night when I was thinking about making these calls was the area, because this is like an hour and a half south of Atlanta. So I didn't know if
Have you
it
talked
was
to the
too
realtors
remote.
yet?
I've talked to all of them, yes, and I'm gonna be following up
Okay,
with them today.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the area anymore. I honestly, it's one of those things. People live there, people rent. It's one of those things that was kind of a misnomer. I mean, Anson just blew it out of the water because he has done everything in rural areas because there's less resistance. They haven't been called 40 times like Florida. You know, you're not getting angry realtors that are super bugged by all the phone calls they're getting. You're getting motivated sellers that I have no problem with it at all. I wouldn't worry about it a tiny bit. Have you ever been? Do you live in a small town?
It's not so small anymore. It was when I moved there, but
Right,
it was
but I
20
mean,
something years ago.
People are people. I mean, it's people need to rent. People need to. These are
Right.
all things that. So just because we don't have as big a pool of renters, I don't think it's a big deal. I really don't.
Okay. Last thing I was going to ask you, how often do you come across PropStream not showing mortgage information when there actually is a mortgage on the property?
That's why you
I
always
figured it'd
trust
be
the
more.
realtor.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Again, yeah, PropStream is a jumping off point, and it's information that you don't want them to know you have. But the second that they discount what you think is right, you go with the realtor because they know the actual right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
So
time.
I originally had pulled all these on PropStream and pretty much I think all of them were free and clear according to PropStream. But then I happened to jump on PropWire last night just to check, and this one that I'm on right now shows that there is a mortgage on it. So I also ran through a hybrid scenario or whatever to see, but I'm gonna have to confirm that with the realtor because I didn't know that yesterday when I talked to her. So I'm gonna bring it up today and find out. But yeah, I was curious because I figured PropStream was more reliable than PropWire, but PropWire is showing the data and PropStream isn't. So
yeah, it's you never know. It's the roll of the dice when it comes to PropStream now.
gotcha.
I haven't done Dream Machine or the batch leads yet, but those are other options, and I think they both have free trials.
All right.
Okay, bro. Good job. Okay, Federico.
On the right track with these numbers and stuff, then we should be good.
Yeah, let me know. Give me an update. I'll be back on Friday. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be back on Friday though.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
All right, Cade. See you. Okay. Now, can you turn off your mic? I mean, your mute is still on. Do you see it? So down in the bottom, like right by your name, there's 3 other, like a microphone, headphone, and a little cogwheel. Just click on the. Let me double check, make sure it's not on my side. Yeah, it's not on my side. I can't hear you. So it's down on that left-hand corner, down at the very bottom of the Discord window. Do you see it? Do you see your name? You don't see your name? Okay, so all the way to the very bottom of your window. Maybe your window's overextended. Do you see where the other people that are on stage are? Just go to the left of that. You don't see it. Here it looks like. Let me see if I can. Let me throw this in the chat and see if that helps. Oh, good. Somebody else did it. Do you see in the chat where we're talking about? It's that little red microphone. Just turn that to off. Are you on a phone or on the? Oh, you're on your phone. Somebody's got to help me there. I don't know where it is on the phone. Okay, I'll let you try to figure out. They're going to help you in the chat, so keep an eye on it. All right, Alberto.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. I appreciate what you do.
Well, thanks. It's fun.
Yeah, it
Until-
sure is. I'm very new to this stuff, but I'm having a good time as well.
That's the key to the
So-
whole thing. You gotta keep it fun because otherwise, I mean, like poor Ashley, you're gonna bang your head against the wall.
Yeah, for sure. I've done sales for a while. I used to do door-to-door sales,
Oh, then you can do anything.
and so that is a tough. Yeah, yeah. So I actually was talking to a realtor just about a couple minutes ago, and I think I have a good relationship with him. He's pretty cool. I was asking about a property that's close to my hometown. I'm in California too, but
Okay.
this is over back where I'm from, which is in
Okay.
Ohio. And he has one property that I was already interested in, and then he's got another one that had just went through foreclosure, and it may be owned by the same people because it
Okay.
looks like it's owned by like some LLC. And so what I wanted to ask you about is I gave him an offer for like a creative finance offer, which would be like the house. Should I send you the property details real quick?
Yeah, just throw it into my DMs and I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, let me do that. What it looks like is he's got two properties. One of them's about it's $95,000, and then the other one is
1,000.
yeah. That one property I don't think is. I'll tell you what I was thinking in a second once I can send it to you.
All right. And if it's already gone through foreclosure and the bank owns it, then we can't do anything at that point. It's only that day before. That's the sweet spot on some of these.
Well, it says he's taking offers, so I think what he's meaning there is that it's probably going through foreclosure, or it's going to.
Okay,
And
good. That's
they're
a good
taking-
time.
How do I send you this? I'm used to being able to just click.
Yeah,
but it's
click
not
right
letting me-
click on my face. And it should say message. You can just message it to me.
There we go. Okay, thank you. Goodness gracious. Okay, so here's the first property. And the other one is literally, I think, 20 houses down. So just added a 4 to the second digit.
Let's see.
So not add a 4, but like, change the 2 to a 4.
Wait, say that again.
The other property that they're selling.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it-
Right next door.
Yeah.
All right. And so is this the one that's
So the
foreclosure?
So this is the one that I initially found. It already has a tenant in there, and it looks like it's it's under some type of program where it's veterans that live there, and
Okay.
you get about $1,000 a month from that's coming in.
Okay. And what
But
are
the
you
price,
thinking? Yeah, what are you thinking about with this one? What's the plan?
so the conversation I had with the agent was that I like the fact that it has a tenant, but
Yeah.
I told him that as soon as that tenant moves out, we really would love to do some renovations on it, because we don't know how long he's been living there. We don't know any of that information.
Right.
And so it was like the price, if we're going to do a cash offer, is going to have to be way under whatever he's asking. And it looks like that property's been on the market for 130 days.
Yeah, 159 days on Zillow.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah. And so it sounded like he doesn't really like the idea of a cash value. I told him about 160.
You told him.
Oh, sorry, not 60. Sorry, 60. Sorry, 60.
Thank goodness.
I was thinking of the.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. But I mean, and you're figuring 30,000 in renovations. What are you thinking in renovation?
I mean, you can see the pictures. I was thinking at least 25, but the value of the houses around it are pretty good.
So your price, even though it feels like it's a lowball price, is not a lowball price, because you're back up to $90,000 because of the renovation, costs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's tough to sell that when it's the price that they're asking for. That's a retail price. So in these situations, you want to go like 30,000. And if they say no, you move on.
Okay. And so the other property that he has is about 20,000, 27,000 or something.
Okay.
That one definitely will need renovations.
Wait, and that's 2 doors down?
It's 20 doors down, yeah.
20 doors down. So what's the address? It's a
224.
24? Okay.
Yeah, 241.
Let me look that up.
Now, that was one that he brought up to me after. I think if I were to make an offer on that one, even above asking for that, if you're going to do renovations on it, would be more close to the price range you're just telling me for the other house.
Okay.
And the only reason why it's going that low is because of the foreclosure.
Okay. So what you want to find out with the foreclosure is what they owe, what they're behind, because they're obviously behind some.
Yeah.
But this needs about the same amount of renovation as the other one. So the fact that he's giving you like a perfect reason to offer 30 grand. You're like, oh, your other one's 30 grand. I agree with that price. And find out, like, let me see where they are on there. You need to find out how far behind they are, because that's the motivator, is the time clock that they're going to lose it on whatever day, that's what we like. We like that kind of motivation.
So he needs an offer in for that one by tonight.
Okay.
So
it's soon. Now we know.
Yeah.
We know how soon.
Very soon. So if I were to put in an offer,
what he owes on it. Well, we want to see what the mortgage is real quick.
Yeah.
So he's got a 7.1 mortgage. He's got 33,000. He owes 13,000. So it started up. So he needs 13 grand to satisfy his loan.
Yeah.
So that's your offer. Not even a question. Just say, hey, I can take over the loan. You wouldn't be really taking over the loan. You just do a cash. You're not going to take a 7.1, $13,000 loan. But your next step is to find out exactly what they owe. Make sure that this is right, because PropStream can be wrong. But also you might want to, you might even kind of create it as a, I don't, which car?
The truck.
Yeah, it's in where the keys are.
So find out how much they owe, and then
so find out how much they owe, and then find out what it takes to satisfy the the lien. Because more than likely it's a situation where you can, and I've done this before, you can go online and just pay it, and they'll give you the house and you quick claim it over to you. But we need to find out what those numbers are. That's the important part.
So
it's not going to be too much.
I don't know if the agent. I mean, I assume the agent's telling me the truth. I don't know if that's naivety on my side, but
No. He's trying to create some for you to make a decision faster, for sure.
yeah,
So
he's saying that they already have some offers. They already have offers, and then the highest offer for that one is above asking price.
okay, then you tell him to take it. So that's a great offer. You should take that.
Yeah,
because you're not going to do that. You're not going to go above asking for those. Not even a question.
yeah.
But find out the other one, the 4-1 property. Find out where they're at because it might be a deal. It might be.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. The 4-1. So the price for that one said it's around. It was like 20 something thousand.
Okay.
That one's the one that they do have an offer that's above. But if I get an offer in tonight, I could get it.
You don't want it. You don't want to pay above.
Well, if you're saying that the other property and those are pretty comparable, and then the price of the other one, the 90,000 one, it should be at around 30,000 for us, and this one's comparable. Then would it be a good idea to buy the one that's comparable, that's already at that price?
Sure, but I mean, we need to find out where they're at because you can get even a better discount. Again, remember you're going to sell these, so it's been on for how long, and it hasn't sold.
The 41, the second house has only 41. Been on for like 17 days or something.
Okay, you've got to find out more information of what their motivation is on that one.
Yeah, and what's wrong with it, all that stuff.
Absolutely. That's why it's really important to know all that stuff because or no, they might have if they have an offer, that's when I go, oh, well, take it. Why would you hesitate? Like, why are you even looking for other offers? Because does that make any sense that they would not take an offer that's higher than what they're asking for?
Yeah.
So they're full of it, is what I'm saying.
For the first one, the one with the guy that is already living in it with the tenant, is there any type of creative financing offer that I could give him that would make sense for us?
Absolutely, but I would hit him with the low ball first, and then work into the creative. So do the Trojan horse where you're saying, hey, you got an identical property 20 doors down that you're asking 30 for, or whatever it was, 27. Like, that's my cash offer for this one, and they're going to say, no, and then you say, well, the only way I can even think of getting near your asking price is by doing a set of payments. Is that something you're interested in? Don't ever call it seller finance because that turns off a realtor faster than anything. So just say, is that something you guys would be interested in? Taking a set of payments, I can get you up to your asking price.
Yeah. Okay.
And then slowly, if you need to, you can raise it above their asking price to make it more incentive for them to do it. But don't start, as Richard always starts, super high because he just wants to go through these deals fast.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I wouldn't give him that much more money.
Yeah. How much is the highest that you would go?
I'd go 10 over. That's about it.
Okay.
Because you're pulling in $1,000 a month, just the 1% rule on its own. You're still a little bit over the 1% rule at that price. So I would stay as close to the $100,000 mark as you can.
Well, I thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
We'll get everything going.
Okay, good job.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see. Rowdy, what is up? Do you consider yourself a rowdy tomcat? Is that what we're saying?
Oh, that's just my name is Thomas. Tom.
Okay.
So, and that's something all my friends have called me for forever. So it just kind of stuck, I guess.
Nice. That's awesome. What's
Easy
going on?
username to pick. Easy, unique username that's not chosen by anybody else. You know what?
Nobody's going after that.
Yes, sir. I sent you a DM of an address. I'm not sure. I know you get blown up with them, so let me know if it's not easily accessible. I'll shoot it over to you again.
Shoot it over again so I have it up top.
Gotcha, brother.
What is your name in there, Big Tom?
Should be Rowdy Tomcat,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't see it. Let's see. Yeah, just send it back over. Maybe I need to accept it. Got it.
All right, so this property right here. So I'm kind of going a different route than I guess the typical person starting out in this would be. My goal is to acquire several multifamily properties first. I'll wholesale properties if I need to on the way there, but my goal is to get something that cash flows as quick as possible.
Okay.
This right here, the valuation on this property, which is just want to run through with you. Just let me know what you
Totally
think.
rentable. Like you don't need anything. This is ready to go.
Yeah, and there's value add too. You can rip if you let me know what you think about this. I know they did some refresh. There's a new AC unit or two new AC units. So there's two that need to still be replaced, but there's a new roof. There's new carpet. There's new plank flooring in there, or LVP flooring in there. But I would also rip up all the carpet and put more of the LVP down. That way the carpet wouldn't have to be changed every time a tenant changed.
I totally agree.
Quartz countertops are in there as well.
What's the rent? What's the rent roll?
So that's so the it's $12.95, $11.25, $11.25.
What's the total?
$11.95. So the numbers I got here, the total cash in was $55,554.
Okay.
And the cash out was $13,641. So the total was the total would be $41,913.
Give me monthly. What monthly? It's going to be your rent.
$43.16.
$4,300 a month in rents.
No, here, hold on.
Or is that your cash on cash?
Yeah, that's that's different. Hold on here. I think that's correct.
What? How many units are there?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, 4. I'm pretty sure.
Big fourplex. They're all 3 2s.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Super rentable.
All right, so yeah, so that's correct here. Where'd that go? All right, yes. So with all the units rented, it's $47.40 per month. All the units rented, it's $47.40 per month. Right now, there's
low.
3. Huh?
$5,000 a month is pretty low for.
Oh yeah, I feel like it could be $1,500 per month easy, especially where it's at.
Okay,
and the realtor said that as well.
What's the cash on cash at that price? What they've got right now.
So here we go. Let me share my little screen here.
But is this for you? You want to own this?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really what your threshold is.
Looking at grabbing. I have 6 figures. But I'd like to make it stretch as far as possible, spending as little of it as possible, obviously. But
absolutely. Let's see what they're.
Well, like the valuation, like I was saying, there's only 3 units rented out currently right now. The one that's not rented out is the $11.95 one. So the redone numbers here is $12.95 plus $11.25 plus $11.25. That is $35.45. $35.45 with the units that are currently rented out.
Okay.
So the current valuation for it is $598,758. So that's at a 7% cap rate.
For
taking
its purchase
41.
price?
Do what now?
That's the purchase price you're thinking?
No, that's the. There's not able. I wasn't able to find any comps for it, so I had to figure out a way to find a value.
I think
so
I think it's really high. I think 709 is high.
Yeah, I think it's high as well. That's why I did the evaluation on it. What I was thinking was, with the seller finance deal, the last night they were telling me I needed to be at like, they're asking 709. I needed to try to be at like 720. I was thinking, start Adam at like 600,000.
I would start Adam at 500.
500. Yeah, they bought it. They bought it at 20. I was thinking that what you said as well until I figured out how much they bought it for in 2024, which was 550.
Oh, they just bought it. Okay.
Yeah, they bought it in 2024. So he's a gentleman who's
high
who's
if he thinks it appreciated that much in that short amount of time. But did he do a ton of renovation? Is that why?
I'm sorry. Yeah, he did he did the renovation. He did the roof. He did all the new. He did all the units.
Well, here's what happened: is he bought a fix and flip and he fixed it and he spent way too much, and so he's trying to recoup. So he's underwater right now.
He doesn't. He's not a landlord. He thought he wanted to be a landlord, and he's not. He's what his typical buy box is that he buys properties and then gets them handicap accessible and then gets grants from the government and turns them into assisted living centers.
Gotcha. And this one's handicap accessible?
I'm sorry?
Is this all accessible handicap wise?
There is.
It doesn't look
there's stairs going up to both of the top units. No, so you can't get to the top units.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, so but I mean, just to get inside the head of the seller, he put in way too much money into this, and so he's trying to recoup that. I mean,
well, he seems to be open. The realtor. So first starting off, this is one of the first people I called when I joined the group, and I didn't know that the contact agent button didn't give me who I needed to be talking to. So
gotcha.
I swerved around the buyer's agent. I let her know I was like, "There's not going to be enough money in this deal for me to even use you this time. I apologize, but I'll keep you in mind. This, that, and the other. I'll be talking to the realtor. Lola Briggs, hush now."
Okay.
The man.
Don't even worry about it. We can
I
barely
lost
hear.
my train of thought. I apologize.
No worries.
I totally lost my train of thought there, brother.
I definitely wouldn't. I mean, is he into seller financing at all?
Yeah, that's where I was going. So so I was swerved around the buyer's agent, called the realtor last night, spoke with her, build rapport up with her. She remembered who I was once I started talking to her about the situation, and she told me that she spoke with him and said that I'd already, because I had talked to my buyer's agent, told her I'd be losing money, on the deal, no matter whatever way I looked at it. But I was crunching numbers, trying to find a way to make it work because I really like the property. It's my hometown. I'm investing this, that, and the other. And so she said he told her to tell me to just send him in an offer. So I'm working something. I'm trying to. That's what I've been working on. Is trying to make work one up that makes sense.
Okay, so here's the plan. I would do your 600 now that you know what he said as a cash offer, and say the only way that I can figure to get to your 709 is by doing it through seller financing. And don't refer to it as seller financing. Just say, can we work out a set of payments? What would you need monthly for this to work for you? And see what he needs monthly. Because maybe he's like, oh, that'd be great if I got $500 a month. You don't know. More than likely, his number is going to be about $3 grand a month, and that's right now what it's renting for.
Here's a screen for you as well.
You're just going to have to work. You're going to have to work hard to get that third one rented or the fourth one rented, and the rents brought up, especially if you're owning it yourself. But the beauty is you get to decide. You're not trying to sell this, so it doesn't have to be as much of a screaming deal.
Well, I can though too as well, but I also don't want to just If I'd much rather screen it more for myself than I would for somebody else. You know what I mean? If I'm
Yeah,
if
for
I'm
me,
planning
this
on
would
doing
not
it.
be a deal at all. I think it's way overpriced. I think it's I wouldn't touch
Well,
this.
I'm saying if I can get, is it not a deal if I can get it for the right price though?
Well, what's the right price in your eyes?
I mean, what I was thinking like around 620, 650.
Yeah, if you can
At
do
the most.
620, 650 on seller financing, that'd be
Yeah, seller
that'd be
financing
the-
at the most.
that would work for sure.
If you look at my screen right there, I have shared. I have it
Yeah.
written up as far as like going over their asking price just to see what it would look like.
Yeah, and you're
Have
probably
everything
well, you're
plugged
still
in.
22.
Do what now?
Your cash on cash is 22.
Yeah, 22.8. I have it fully rented out though down there at the bottom. Well, I have this. Actually, these numbers here are based off the rent rolls they sent me. So I just used the rent rolls and all these numbers
Okay.
off that.
Good. Well, yeah, I mean, if you can get it down there, if you can get it in that range of the 620, I see what I would much rather you have money on the front end because there's a couple what ifs. The what if you can get the rents up. I always prefer knowing that I've got tenants instead of trying to raise the rent and kick them out and because you're going to lose at least a month's rent. If you if you could lose more than that depending on how long it takes to get somebody back in there. And so, if you're on that low end and you can get seller financing, I think then it makes sense. The beauty is you're going to own it. And so you're going to take the hit easier than trying to sell it to somebody else. I don't think this one would be as sellable as it is unless you keep it for yourself, because you got to throw an assignment fee in there as well, and so that just adds more cost to the unit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So if I added a $20,000 assignment fee in there, it makes it a 17.7% cash return.
Yeah, because you're not going to pay if you're buying it yourself.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was just plugging it in there, just the plugger.
I'm just saying it wouldn't. I don't think it will sell. That's on its face. It's pretty. It's nice, but this guy's way overpriced.
Oh yeah, for sure, overpriced 100%. And that's what I was talking to the realtor about. And this is not the first time that he's listed the property either. So I was just trying to figure out a strategic way in order to get it. And
I think strategy wise, you go in at like 575 on your cash offer.
Mm-hmm.
And then just say, I could get you up to 600 if we do. Then it's a deal. Then you're like, okay, this is sweet.
Got you.
But that's
with this amortization rate that I played with on here on the.
So the amortization, the thing with that is it really doesn't change much. It's really just breaking up your payments. So
if my payment doesn't add up to the ending amount that I need, then I have to utilize the balloon, correct?
You will have a balloon regardless. Because more than likely you want to go 30 years amortized, so the payment's nice and low, and it makes sense to the seller. But again, I asked the seller what he wants. Hey, are you looking for a big down payment, or are you looking for a big monthly payment? Let's see where we can do it.
I appreciate it, man.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Hey guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to get on the road and drive up to Sacramento. Lucky me. So I will not be here tomorrow. I'm going to miss both of my lives, but I have them covered. Tom's going to handle one of them, and I think Vadush will handle the morning one, as well as Steven. So I will catch you guys on Friday when I get back, and just keep making phone calls, guys. Call. All right. Take it easy. Have a good day.